Thank you, Jules. Good evening, everybody. My name is Stephanie Gillette. I'm the field representative for the Valley portion of our district for Assemblymember Mike FEIR. And all of you should have, you see this one, I know there's a lot of flyers on your tables, but I want you to make note of this one particular blue flyer. We're having our first Valley Town Hall meeting since I started working with Mike about a year ago. I'm pretty excited about that. And it's co-sponsored with the newly remodeled Sportsman's Lodge Event Center. So, and guess what? It's free and free food. So I know all of you are going to be there, right? Right? Good. It's on Thursday, April 7th from 6 to 8 p.m. And it will be an opportunity for you to hear about the budget. I know you want to hear about the budget, right? The budget, any concerns you have about what's going on up in Sacramento, down here in the district. Mike would love to see all of you. Please, please, please RSVP as soon as possible. To Claire Duty, the number is on here, or if you email, her email address is on here. We look forward to seeing all of you. Thank you so much, Jules.
Thank you very much. World's oldest surviving field deputy. For deputy now for Paul Krikorian, covering the Sherman Oaks and Valley Village area. And just happy again to be here tonight. I did bring and put out on the table. Since the election is over, Paul can now put out his electronic newsletter and some of his other communications. So, but I did bring hard copy for those of you who aren't on our email list yet, or who don't do email. And a lot of things going on in the district, amazingly, in spite of the fact that things are so challenged. We have been able to get some key streets repaved. We are moving to completion with the new adult center in the park. For those of you who have grandkids or kids, little ones, we have the new universal access playground on Houston in the Van Nuys Sherman Oaks Park. We are thrilled to death, and we'll be dedicating that on the 14th of April with, in conjunction with Sean's inspiration. So that's going to be a really nice party. And so again, a lot of these things going on. You know where to reach us, I think, and one of the simplest ways is you can actually use 311 or our office phone number, 818-755-7676. And I do believe that is, you will find also the email connections on the newsletter that's on the tables. So, are there any questions? We're good to go. Everybody, please.
That's all right.
Richard, will you keep it quiet over there? Thank you. There's a new restaurant that is opening soon.
Yes.
Okay.
Very soon, within 3 weeks.
Yes, called OAKFIRE Pizzeria and Pub. It is in the location that used to be La Fondue, near Maria's Italian Kitchen. So just so you know about that. And the place, I'll tell you, is really beautiful inside. So I'd like Jeremy, the owner, to tell you a little bit about it and a little bit about what else they do.
Oh, thank you. I first want to apologize about my attire. Normally I wear button down and slacks, but we've actually been cleaning the new restaurant for us being able to open next week, and I wasn't able to go over the hill to change and come back, so that my parents aren't here, I apologize. People think we're mainly a pizzeria. We have a brick oven pizza, so we do a very Neapolitan Italian style pizza, which is a very, very thin crust pizza. But my family's from Chicago, so we also do, there you go. Well, I was born in Glendale, but my parents are from Chicago, so I'm the only one who hasn't lived there, so sorry. But we do a Chicago style deep dish pizza that we catered after a place called Gino's East, where it takes 45 minutes to bake, and people really seem to enjoy it. We just tell people, call us a half hour before you get there and tell us to start making it so you don't have to wait 45 minutes for it to come out of the oven. But it's really good, and as you saw, so those are some of our entrees that we do. We have a filet, we have that porcini crusted chicken, we have a full bar, we have about 16 wines by the glass, so we're a full service place, and we're just very excited to finally open. We've been there for 2 years now, and we're 2 weeks away. So please, everyone, come by and introduce yourself. I'll be there every day. Thank you for letting us do this.
Okay. First of all, we want to thank you very much for coming here. This is the first time in 16 years of having a restaurant of the month that we've had the restaurant here before they've opened.
Pretty amazing, isn't it? So, so kudos to you, my friend. Also, you know, they dropped off these cards. Buy one pizza, get one free. It's all over the tables, and you should all have one.
And if you don't have one, and you're walking by, I'll leave some at the location if you just want to pop your head in to see what it looks like during the day. I will leave it at it's 13359 Ventura.
Okay, also, as a token of our appreciation, I'd like to make a presentation to you. Part of the job. Okay, Jeremy, it's a beautiful plaque. Restaurant of the Month. And
I'm really happy I'm dressed like this.
yeah.
You go to those places?
Now, you'll notice, March 2011, there are 10 spots on here. This is the first one you got.
What does that mean?
It means you have 9 more to go. And here, just for it. Also, everybody, just so you know, to keep you around, we have some gift certificates from OAKFIRE Pizzeria and Pub, courtesy of Jeremy. So we'll be raffling those off at the end of the meeting. How's that? So thank you very, very much.
And everybody, if I could say, hear me. I've been around a long time. I own several restaurants. Jules calls me every day for a month to make sure that this goes well. So he truly cares about these meetings and all that. So thank you, Jules. Stress about it. Thank you so much.
Was everybody well fed?
To give them the good news, because you're responsible. You're not going to be able to hear the great news about Coldwater Canyon.
Thank you, Richard. Thank you. So they are beginning to replace the city trunk line on Coldwater Canyon beginning May. Traffic impacts, 1 lane in each direction, so they're going to be shutting down parts of Coldwater Canyon.
And that's for about a month or two?
The entire project is slated to be completed in May 2013.
Thank you.
Sorry to be the bearer of bad news. Yeah, it's very, very ridiculous. But they are replacing the trunk line that ruptured on Coldwater and Ventura, or on Ventura. The city trunk line actually takes water to and from places around the city. It's a 1.25 mile replacement of the city trunk line. Other than that, we have another project going on Coy Drive, and that is through the Bureau of Street Services and Bureau of Engineering. They are actually putting in pylons to stop a slope from deteriorating, which is basically being deteriorated by water. That is still in the planning stages. They are debating whether or not they will be closing Coy Drive. Our office is actually against closing Coy Drive because we know that that'll be an inconvenience and that'll back up Beverly Glen for miles as well for people that do use Beverly Glen to get onto Mulholland or the other way around. But we are working with them, and they are doing outreach to the homeowners associations and the neighborhood councils. Other than that, our office has been working with street use enforcement inspectors to rid Ventura Boulevard of certain A signs and code violations, illegal patios that we've seen popping up in over the last couple of months, and we are working with them. But it is coming along very well. Other than that, I have nothing else to say. So.
Thanks, Rich. I'm sure some of you feel we've been inundated with farmers markets all around. As a member of this community and president of the Sherman Oaks Chamber, it's been my goal to have a farmers market that is run by this community, that is the proceeds of it will help stay, and they'll all stay in this community. And that's different than a lot of the markets. If you want to get a sense of the market that we will have, you can look at Studio Cities in terms of the quality, because it'll be basically the same exact type of a market. We have nothing to do with the one that is over at Westfield, so don't think that we're an adjunct on that. They're an outside company that rent space from Westfields. But the Sherman Oaks Chamber is starting one on April 2nd. It's going to be just north of the Sherman Oaks Galleria. There's plenty of easy parking there, and there should be a lot of good fresh produce and some prepared things as well. And there'll be some things for your kids or grandkids. So come on out and help the chamber and help your community. And I look forward to seeing you on the 2nd of April. Thanks, Richard.
What are the hours?
Oh, sorry. It's going to be every Saturday morning starting April 2nd from 8 a.m. until 1 p.m. Thank you. Excuse me?
Free parking?
Free parking, and there's plenty for everybody. Okay, so the parking will be right off of Sepulveda. You know, if you're just south of the freeway, that empty lot there, that M. David Paul area, that there's free parking on that whole lot there. Okay? Any other questions? All right. Thank you, Richard.
Thank you. Tamara? Where's Tamara? The attorney is going to give us an update, and we want to congratulate her. She got re-elected, 62% of the vote. That is a landslide in political terms. Oh, attorney, what's happening?
Hi, everybody. I just want to talk about one issue. Some of you might remember many years ago, back in about 2006, then Senior Lead Officer Nate Bannery and I were involved in this weird situation where we had a registered sex offender here in Sherman Oaks who was following a group of boys around, and all sorts of really bizarre, uncomfortable things were happening. And it turned into, I prosecuted him criminally twice, and as Nate and I kept digging into the law about registered sex offenders and learned way more than we ever wanted to about this subject, one of the things that we found is there seemed to be a few loopholes in the state law, and in things that really don't protect our communities. So I just want to let you know that I've been working on this issue ever since, and this year the City Attorney's Office wrote some state law, and our Assembly Member Bob Blumenfield introduced it. It's AB 757, and what it really tackles is one of the issues that we had, which is those of you who have ever gone on Megan's List on the computer, which is where you can enter an address and it'll pop up with all the sex offenders. Most people don't know that 25% of the people who are registered sex offenders are not on Megan's List. And so we had a situation here in Sherman Oaks where we had a sex offender who should have been on but wasn't, but there is no process to get someone on once they're off. So this bill that Assemblymember Blumenfield has introduced for us would really set up that kind of process whereby LAPD, for example, could get someone back on the list. So I'm going to be working with Richard Close, hopefully to get Soha's support for this legislation, because this really is something that will make our community safer. And I just want to thank my boss, Mr. TRUTANICH, for really letting me run with this issue and really work on something that I think really is going to make a difference to the safety of our communities.
Okay, let me ask you a question. People ask me occasionally, what does Tamara do? What does she do? I mean, if I don't want to call the police, when would I contact Tamara about a problem? What type of problems would someone in this room contact you rather than the LAPD?
I work on quality of life issues, so anything kind of weird and out of the ordinary that doesn't have a direct solution. We work, I'm just looking around the room and folks in this room, problems that I've worked on. We had a sober living home where that we got closed that was illegally set up. We've done a lot involving kind of problem transients. We've done nuisance properties, day laborers, a lot of things with transients. Just all those really easy to solve problems are the kinds of things that the neighborhood prosecutors work on. And a lot of you know, I'm the only neighborhood prosecutor left from when the program started 9 years ago. I'm the last holdout.
Thank you. Okay, and please feel free after the meeting